In the open grassland, cover is scarce and danger is constant. The Pallid Harrier is a specialist of the low-level patrol. A field mouse spends its life in a world of shadows and stems.
This unique wing posture allows for incredible stability in low flight.
Even a flicker of darkness can trigger a mouse's survival instinct.
Like an owl, the harrier uses its face to funnel sound to its ears.
Secret tunnels in the dry grass are the mouse's only highways.
The hunter has heard the faint rustle of a rodent below.
A momentary lapse in vigilance can be a fatal mistake.
The harrier can hear a mouse's heartbeat through the thicket. Preparation. The harrier is aligning its body for the vertical drop. The hunter is about to become the hunted.
The strike is silent until the very moment of impact.
Reflexes. The mouse moves faster than the African-American human eye can follow.
The harrier isn't done. It uses its wings to block escape routes.
Any refuge is a sanctuary in the flat, open grassland. A rare sight, the harrier hunting on foot to flush out the prey.
Camouflage is the mouse's final line of defense.
A Pallid Harrier tilts its head, listening for a breath. The tension is thick. The predator is inches away. Woodmouse makes a break for a distant burrow. A desperate sprint across the open dead zone.
The harrier's acceleration is unmatched in the bird world.
The ghost hunter prepares to close the trap. For death is measured in millimeters.
Pallid harrier's talons pierce the grass precisely. The harrier's long legs reach deep into the cover.
The hunt is over. The grassland remains silent once more.
In the open, the successful hunter often becomes a target for thieves.
A Pallid Harrier begins to mantle, spreading its wings over the mouse. Mantling hides the kill from the eyes of soaring eagles above.
Field mouse is gripped tightly by the harrier's needle-sharp talons. The harrier's grip is lethal. Death for the field mouse is swift. High-protein fuel. For a migratory bird, every calorie is a lifeline.
For the mice, the loss of one is the cost of life in the grassland.
The mouse is the primary engine that turns grass into energy for the plains.
The Pallid Harrier is territorial, even during its brief winter stay.
Survival through numbers. A single mouse can have dozens of young a year. Tool-like precision. A clean beak is essential for preening and health. The meal is finished. The hunter returns to the sky.
Nothing is wasted. The grassland ecosystem is a perfect loop.
The search begins anew. A harrier must hunt several times a day.
Life is a series of calculated risks for the small and the hungry.
Pallid Harrier uses the wind to kite in one spot, static flight. The Harrier scans for the slightest thermal vibration. Touch is more important than sight in the dense undergrass world. The Harrier is an opportunist, eating insects when mice are scarce.
Gathering for the lean times. The mouse is a master of storage. Aerodynamics. One broken feather can mean the difference in a hunt.
A mouse that stays in the light rarely lives to see the night.
The ghost of the grassland is a beautiful, lethal spectre.
False alarm. In this world, paranoia is a survival trait. The final hunt of the day begins as the light begins to fail. Luck strikes twice. The Harrier's hearing is at its peak in the still air. Competition arrives. The grassland is crowded with hungry eyes.
Pallid Harrier takes off with the mouse to find a safer perch. Heavy wing beats weight management. Flying with prey makes the Harrier a slower target.
Safety in numbers. The burrow temperature stays constant.
A higher vantage point allows the bird to scan for approaching thieves.
Most burrows have multiple exits. A mouse never trusts a single door.
The Harrier's stomach is a filter, keeping only what it can burn.
Pallid Harrier drops from the post in a silent glide. The ghost hunter returns to its low-altitude patrol.
Even silent flight creates a pressure wave that a mouse can feel.
Sharp flap. Extreme maneuverability. The Harrier can turn in its own body length.
A narrow escape. The mouse lives to forage another hour.
Patience. Sometimes the hunter must wait for the prey to blink.
Unlike most raptors, the Harrier raises its young in the tall grass.
The white rumput harrier is a distinct mark of this species.
Energy consumption. Hovering is the most expensive way to fly.
Knowledge of the terrain is the mouse's best survival tool.
A change in tactic. The bird looks for movement from higher up.
A predator's dinner. The mouse is also a hunter in its own right.
The ghost of the grassland prepares for its final evening sweep. The final hour. As shadows lengthen, the Harrier's advantage grows.
The mouse feels the safety of the dark, but the Harrier is still watching.
A master of stealth. The pale plumage blends into the twilight haze.
Field mouse takes a risk, running across an open patch of dirt, a dash for a fallen grain, a single moment of exposure.
The strike is calculated. No wing beat to give away the position. In the grassland, death comes from above.
The third strike of the day. A successful hunter ensures its survival.
the mantling posture, protecting the prize from the night's eyes. The survivors retreat. The surface belongs to the predators now.
A Pallid Harrier swallows the catch and takes flight. Heavy wing flaps leaving the floor. A harrier never sleeps where it hunts.
Safety in the reeds. The harrier settles as the temperature drops.
The shift change. The diurnal harrier yields to the nocturnal owl.
The cycle of life continues beneath the golden stalks. The cycle of life continues beneath the golden stalks.
Rest. Tomorrow, the 1,000-mile journey may continue.
A landscape of balance. A story of the small and the swift. The ghost of the grassland and its tiny, resilient prey.
Vigilance, even in sleep. The wild never truly rests.
A fragile ecosystem, held together by the thread of the hunt. Respect the hunter. Protect the home.
The ghost remains.
The hunt is over. For now.